Have you ever left a meeting thinking that idea was so clear in your head, but somehow people missed the point in the meeting? Well, that happens to a lot of talented people. And it's not because you lack knowledge, it is just a small adjustment in your communication. The message has to land clearly and effectively so that it provokes the reactions and outcomes you expect. So, this is what we are going to talk about: the principles of sound communication and how to leverage that in your career. Hello, everyone. I'm Maggie, and I've been helping professionals around the world not only improve their English, but also their communication and career growth. So, today, important topic: communication. Everybody talks about communication, and I've heard a lot of people saying, I have a good communication, but do you have sound communication, robust communication? And what is it? It is that ability of conveying the message clearly so that you get the expected outcome. May it be engagement or agreement or understanding. So, how does it start? It starts with a direction. It goes upward when you communicate to high management. It goes downward when you communicate to your direct reports. And it goes horizontally when you communicate to your peers. Now, it's going to be different communications. The same report you present to high management is going to be presented differently to your team and to your colleagues. So let's think about another principle: formal and informal. Also very important, the language you're going to use to communicate with the board or the C-suite is going to be different from the language you communicate with your team, right? So next, internal versus external. The language you use inside the company or inside your department is very different from the ones you're going to use with your clients, your external stakeholders, or even your internal stakeholders. Now, what is the challenge in every communication? Is the overload, it is misinterpretation, and also the silos. Silos provoke a lot of losses in the company. So we should be able to be very transparent given the circumstances and use the proper language to do so. So let's think something. What is the core of sound communication? It is purpose. You have to know why you are communicating and what you want to communicate. So let's take the example of the report. So this quarter, your results were bad. You are going to report that to high management. So it's upward. Language is going to be a little more formal. And what is the purpose? What it is that you want? Do you want more investment? So you're going to change the way you present that. So let's say the results are bad and you say, oh, we have had those bad results because our competitors have decreased their price considerably. So if we want to compete better next quarter, we should have some investment. Or if you want to say that that was an issue we had because the market is bad, you're going to report differently. But the point is purpose. It's not repeating the numbers that are in your report, because otherwise you just send that by email. They don't need you there. You have to show purpose. Why are you there? Because numbers are about that. It's a perspective, what it is that you want. So the same report, reporting downward to your team, what it is that you want. You wanna shake them. You wanna motivate them. What it is that you want to achieve when you report. And that's the key for a sound communication. So you're going to choose something. What the main point of that. The same way when you communicate horizontally. Now, let's think something simple like an update. An update meeting could be something so simple that you say, okay, there is no purpose. The purpose is the update. No, maybe not. In an update meeting, you should have a purpose as well. Maybe you want to brainstorm something with your team. Maybe you want their engagement. Maybe you want the engagement of other teams. So, yes, there is a purpose even in an update meeting. Just reading the update doesn't show any purpose, and quite frankly, it is empty. So let's take this example of an update meeting. Let's illustrate. Client A has an issue, but the issue has been solved. That is an update. But let's say that your purpose is something different. You want to highlight the great efforts of your team in solving the client's issue. So you could update saying that, oh, thanks to our team who worked late and worked hard, client A's issue has been solved. So you see there is a purpose in that update. It is a purpose to say, look, we have to recognize the efforts of our team. Another example of update, we are still waiting for the financial team to send us Q2 sales results. That's a simple update, right? But perhaps you want your manager to push finance to bring the numbers sooner to you. So you say, well, despite our efforts in following up with the finance team, we haven't been able to get them to send the results yet. So for everything, there is a purpose. What is your purpose when you send an email? Most people send emails and they just make a request in that email and they say, no, that's the purpose. No, it isn't. Maybe the purpose is, I want this request to be the first one to be met instead of my peers' request. So what are you going to write instead? Say, oh, this is a time-sensitive matter, and it's a time-sensitive matter with a major client. So we would appreciate it if you could send us the numbers by Friday. It's the same request, but you are giving purpose there. So you see, sound communication is not just transmitting the message. It is transmitting the message with a purpose. Upward, downward, horizontally, formal, informal, internal, external, but always with a purpose. In that purpose in your messages, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant they might be, having a purpose as a professional is going to leverage your profile as somebody who knows how to communicate, and opportunities may arise because of that. So make your comments. If you like this video, click that button and subscribe for more. Thank you very much for watching.